You're listening to the Sanspants Network.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Baseless Population. Nope.
Go on.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Baseless Speculation. Daddy's tired, but it never ends. I'm Joel.
I'm Jax.
And I'm Joel.
Now boys, what do we think is going to happen in Transformers 1?
So tired because they made this movie for him.
Joel Sam's tired because he got so excited when he saw the trailer. He got a blood nose. Down for 10 minutes.
They were like, "Hey, you remember the '80s Transformers movie and how it was animated? It was fucking awesome." And Feel the Touch. What's that song?
You got Feel the Dreams by
No, you got the touch.
You got the touch.
You got the touch.
Anyway, they're like, you fucking love that, but you hate the Michael Bay Transformers. But
We got
that's
a movie
okay.
for you.
Don't worry, this isn't your daddy's when he's grown up Transformers. This is your daddy's when he's young Transformers.
Yeah.
But don't worry, we really fucked up the animation. Also, we made it like the Avengers and Mutants now.
Yeah.
And really made it bad.
It's
Anyway,
awesome.
can you please line read this, Christopher Hemsworth? Sure. Oh yeah, there they are here. Do you want me to do another one?
No, you've
you
nailed it.
nailed it, Chris.
Chris, you're so good at this job.
Now, I will say
Yes.
that as someone who's never really been a Transformers guy, when I was a kid, loved Beast Wars action figures, but didn't give a shit about the show.
yeah, baby.
It is funny to see this because
Yeah.
I know everyone was really excited because they were like, we're going back to basics. It's an animated film. Pretty stacked voice cast. We're going to explore the origins of Transformers.
Yeah,
and there
very
won't
cool
be like
stuff.
no fucking guys or girls or whatever. It's just fucking Transformers.
Yeah.
And then I watched this trailer and it's funny.
Yeah,
It's funny
yeah,
they
yeah,
did
yeah,
this.
So it's obviously, you know, you could comment on, we're talking a lot of shit. And you can imagine somebody being like, it's a kid's film. You know, it's meant to be garbage.
I don't know if this is a kid's film.
Well, I think it is. I just think it's like,
An edgy kids film?
well, no.
Because they say badass, which usually wouldn't be in a trailer.
I think you can say badass.
You can say
now.
badass in a kid's film.
I think it's a kid's film the same way, like, you know, some superhero movies are kids' films.
Yeah, like Man of Steel's a kid's film. A kid's film for babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is
Batman v Superman, babies movie.
Movie for babies.
I'm kidding!
This is a bit of a kid's
It's
film.
a kid's
'Cause not-
film.
like, yeah, they say badass, but they do it in like a very, badassatron, and
Like,
they do a
it's-
deep voice.
Yeah,
It's-
no, but it's just like with advertising, if they wanted it to be like, this is for, say, like under 13s,
Yeah.
they usually wouldn't do stuff like that because those kids can't go to the movies without their parents. And if their parents are like, oh, there's like, they're not like swearing, they're not saying fucking cunt in the trailer, but it would be awesome if they did.
Yeah.
Studios, please take note. But
Kids
Change
love,
it.
the thing is,
Change
kids
the
love
tone.
swearing.
Yeah. I love to swear.
Kids love, if you go to a kid, don't do this.
okay, look, just for as a little,
Just don't do this. We're doing a funny hypothetical.
This is not a bit, this is a joke.
as a funny devil's advocate, you know what? Both you should do this.
You go to a kid and you say, hey, I'm an adult. I'm giving you permission to say fuck. You've made that kid's day.
You made the kids live.
Kids love saying
and
fuck.
you've wrecked that dad and mom's day.
Rex the teachers.
Who told you to say that? And they point, but I'm gone. I was a stranger in this scenario.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think it's a kids' film, but I think that's not an argument for the quality of it.
No,
because
kids' movies can
Into
be
the Spider-Verse
fucking
is a
awesome.
kids' film.
Yeah.
And kids' films, and it fucking rocks. Puss in
Framed-
Boots is a kids' film. And it's awesome.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit is
Ostensibly a kid. He
Not
talks
a-
about, does he talk about having a fucking tiny baby dick for fucking adult pussy? I don't think that's a kid's film.
Yeah, he's got a 50-year-old libido and in a 3-year-old's dick. Or
We're
Tinky
talking
or
about
whatever.
Baby Herman or Sherman or whatever. Not
Roger,
Roger
Roger
Rabbit.
Rabbit's fucking awesome. How have they not made a sequel to that?
You're too tired to fight this today. It's funny to see.
Okay, listeners,
Let's just throw with like a new sentence.
Yeah. Every day a new sentence is said that no one's ever said
I
before.
don't know how to
on
comprehend
baseless
that
speculation.
sentence. I don't like. Yeah, cool. Okay. Hey.
and to
there
fill
we
the
go.
listeners in, Joel Zammett very tired. Me, I started
Oh,
my
wait.
day with, so I had a beautiful 8 hours sleep.
That's lovely.
And then 2 hours after I woke up, I had a cup of coffee. And then as I finished that cup of coffee, which I drank pretty quick,
Yeah.
I said, what if I just immediately had another cup of coffee?
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
recently, I haven't been drinking that much caffeine.
So you're hyped.
So yeah,
yoked.
I'm in the fucking zone. And
Yeah.
I'm in the Transformers 1 zone.
I had a banana,
Yeah.
an up and go.
Yeah.
That's a great breakfast,
Yeah.
first of all. I should be
That's
congratulated on
that's
that.
the breakfast from the picture of Up and Go.
Yeah, exactly. And then I had a coffee before coming in that I drank while I walked to work.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
that's
woke
good.
up at 9:40 something.
There was people in your house.
Rolled out of bed. Oh, looking kind of like this, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Had my daily Vyvanse, 50 milligrams, and I chased that with double shot coffee.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Iced.
That rocks.
And then I had some raisin toast.
That's
Oh,
good.
raisin
That's
toast
good
is
stuff.
Bit of butter.
So this is the plot
Yes.
of the new Transformers.
Yes.
It is Optimus Prime before he was called Optimus Prime.
Orion
Orion
Pax.
or whatever.
Pax Orion.
I paid attention. Orion
Yeah.
Pax and Megatron, who's D12, the rap group.
D16 or something?
It's
Yeah.
D something. D
And
numbers.
they're lowly mining robots on
Cybertron.
Cybertron, but they dream of more. They want to see the
Yeah.
surface,
Yeah.
and so they do that.
Yeah.
And then they meet a magic robot who
Then
gives
they
them the
meet
power to
they meet
transform.
They basically meet a druid.
Yeah, who's
a
like,
robot druid.
I'm going to give you the powers of transforming into a car.
This is the problem of modern day Transformers. They've lost their roots.
Yeah.
They forgot how to car.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to open your mind.
Bring nature back
bring
into your
nature
life.
back into your
Become
life.
a bike.
Smoke this metal pipe. Become bike.
Exactly.
Become car. Become truck.
And then they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it seems like some alien guy is here.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got to
Full
use
of
our
tentacles.
transforming powers for good.
Do you reckon that alien guy will end up turning into Unicron or something?
Nah.
No, I think it'll just be like because obviously the main threat in the end
Yeah.
is going to be Johnny
Megatron.
Yes.
So that'll be like we defeated him, and then Johnny Megatron will be like, but I'm evil now.
Yeah. Like I want to I just want to let you know I'm not really a Transformers guy. I remember I watched the cartoon.
I think we've been
movie.
tricked by
I
the
must
fact
have
that
been
he's seen the
thinking
movie.
of Nick Mason or something.
Maybe. Yeah, I watched
Nick
the
Mason, let us know. Are you a
cartoon.
Transformers guy?
Probably.
Is this episode good?
No. We know the answer.
No.
But yeah, I watched the '86 movie a lot because I think my brothers they were Transformer guys, and then having the toys. But and yeah, watching the TV series. But that was like, if you go back and look at any TV, that kind of TV series, it's just like a beautiful 20-minute advertisement.
Oh
for the
yeah,
toy
absolutely.
roles.
But then the
he was
movie
more of a
ch-
Beast Wars guy.
Yeah, the movie
Beast
changed.
Wars is sick.
Playing the game.
Yeah, the
that
game
was
is not
bad.
sick.
Because the movie,
Yeah.
the original of the 80s movie came along and kind of changed that. Because yes, they did kill off all of the original, well, a bunch of the original
Yeah.
Transformers to sell more toys. But I
Yeah.
think it was like, whoa, this is
Gave it
fucking
some
serious
gravitas.
now.
Oh yeah, because
One
you
of
had
the
Leonard
Transformers-
Nimoy, you
yeah.
had Orson Welles.
Yeah,
his
his
last
last
film.
role.
Yeah, wow.
You had a Transformer saying shit.
That only in the uncut version.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You got the-
unrated. Transformers unrated.
Yeah, Transformers unrated. Oh shit! What do we do now? What a line. And then Optimus Prime dies. He
Rest in
turns
peace.
black and white because that's what
Rest in
happens to
peace.
cars when they die.
That's
Yeah.
also what happened to Ash when he died in the Pokemon movie.
No, he turns to stone, not black and white.
fuck.
Dude, what the fuck? Have you even seen a movie?
I look so stupid.
Mewtwo turns him into stone and then Pikachu's tears bring him
I
back.
look so fucking dumb to you and the viewer
Yeah.
and the
Yeah,
listener
yeah.
right now.
Everyone in the comments, let us know. Is Jackson a fuckwit?
I look so stupid.
And you have I think is it Eric Idle might be in Transformers the film as a junk bot.
Oh yeah.
And then there's a Weird Al song. Dare to
Whoa.
be stupid.
That's awesome.
Like
It's
it's
dare to be stupid in a Transformers.
they sing a
movie.
song while they build a rocket. It's not that hard.
That rocks.
Hang on.
What do you want to know about the Transformers 86 movie, I think?
Yeah.
86. I know way too much about that. I can still quote some of the fucking lines in that
That's
movie.
awesome. How many times do you reckon you watched that
I have
movie?
no idea.
I'm
Because it was
still-
one of those ones where, like, it's like when someone in your family, that's the movie
Yes.
they
Oh, yeah,
watch.
yeah.
That's the movie.
I'm like that with Cars.
Yeah. So, like...
Just Ryder loved Pixar's Cars,
Yeah.
so I watched the
Yeah.
shit out of Cars.
So Mark loved the Transformers film, and then by osmosis, I guess, like, I guess I like this as well, because I was, quite younger.
Yeah, Cars is fine.
And then you're like...
You're the older brother.
I know, crazy. But yeah, so you end up like,
You can do whatever you want. You're older. You can leave.
What else am I doing?
He's watching Cars.
I'm hanging out with my brother, who I quite like, and he's watching Cars.
So he's gonna watch Cars.
What was your movie? You should have been
I
the other
didn't
way
have a
around.
movie.
I had Tiny Toons.
Oh, that's awesome.
Holiday Vacation or whatever.
Mine, funnily enough, was Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Space Jam.
That's
I
awesome.
loved it when real guys went cartoon, I guess.
But yeah, no, it's yeah. So what would you like to know about the Transformers?
I
film?
mean,
What would
I'm
you
still
like? Henry?
absolutely stumped that out there exists a movie that people are like, this is really good, and I've based my entire personality off, that features a montage of building a rocket
Yes.
to the song Dare to Be Stupid
Yes.
by Weird Al.
Yes.
Guys,
Yes. Well, so what happens is they because all the
is it a
Transformers get split up.
comedic scene?
Yes, all the
Okay.
Transformers get split up.
Right.
So you have like Dinobot. What's his name?
I can't help you here,
Dinobot?
dude.
I don't know. The guy turns into T-Rex. Him, Dinobot.
Okay, sure.
Him and Blur and Wheelie, I think they find some annoying cunt. Anyway, they're on one planet, and then you got the blue Optimus Prime, blue and white guy.
Right. Bludimus Prime.
Bludimus Prime, let's say.
Sure.
As you can see, I am Johnny Transformers. I care a lot about
Yeah,
this
that's what
franchise.
I'm seeing, dude. That's what I'm hearing.
Anyway, the guy that was meant to be the second in command of the Transformers, if you bought the toys, it was basically the same Optimus Prime toy, but it
Yeah.
was painted white.
Yep.
But he had extra shit you just threw on him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Anyway, he gets the matrix of leadership, but he tries to shove it into his chest, and he's like, "It's not fitting, but it makes it. It's good." But he drops it, and then Hot Rod he picks it up, and foreshadowing.
Rodimus Prime.
It sparkles, and they're like, "He's going to become the new leader." Anyway,
Rodimus
they go
I
on.
think he
a
does
shit-
become
yeah,
Rodimus
He
Prime.
does, I know. I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. He's voiced by Judd Nelson,
Whoa.
Bender's very own.
Oh,
Kiss my shiny metal ass.
Different Bender.
yeah, Bender
yeah.
is in like,
I know. Don't you forget about me.
hey, nerd, fucking how's detention? That's...
You're in detention too.
Ah!
I remember the
Don't-
Breakfast Club. I've already gone to school. Doesn't one of them say that?
Yeah,
I'm eating a sandwich full of crackers.
I'm making it snow.
Yeah.
Whoa, you really fucking messed up, bro. But you could be hot if you weren't so fucked.
Is there a scene in Breakfast Club? This is surely not
Where they
true.
smoke weed and then scream and break all the windows? Yes.
Where the principal, no,
Dude does lots of flips.
the
yes.
teacher,
I'm with coming in and breaking heads.
no, goes into a room with the janitor to watch his homemade pornography.
I think that...
This is not the first time I'm remembering you asking this question
Okay.
in the history of knowing my good friend Jackson.
Okay, so...
I didn't know then, and I don't know now.
So I think that
Anyway.
I think that like 70% of that scene is accurate. I think
I
that
just don't think it's amateur pornography.
I think they might
They
be
watch.
watching the game.
Yeah.
Or
you might be thinking of the movie Autofocus, I think.
Or Zack and Miri make a
with,
porno.
I also have this
Willem
like
Dafoe.
vibe that the amateur pornography is like the janitor's like freaky voyeur.
Why
Like
the
videos of people taking a piss or something.
Why the fuck would that be in this movie?
Think.
I don't know. It's just what I remember.
No.
Well, yeah.
There's a scene in Zack and Miri make a porno where they're watching all of the pornos and they're like, come have a look at these pornos.
Yeah.
And they're standing there and they're being like, the one you made, Zach, with Miri is all fucked up because you're not fucking, you're making
Yeah.
love.
Yeah. Okay.
And then what's his name? Not Dante. Randall from Clerks gets shat on because he's taken like a up like.
Yeah, he's the
POV
camera
shot.
person.
Yeah.
He's taking a POV of anal.
They're
I
taking-
could be
And
combining these memories.
That's foreshadowed in the film because the person that receives the anal says they love anal because they always get constipated and it sorts them out afterwards.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It is interesting. Anyway, so foreshadowing. So Hot Rod Picture. Anyway, so Blutimus Prime. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Transformer heads. Ultra Magnus. There you go.
He does remember.
He does remember.
that.
He
Wow.
went into the Transformers
Did go
zone.
into that that empty shack in my brain that is my memory palace.
Yeah.
Kicked over a rock and there's an Ultra Magnus. I think. I hope it's wrong.
Me too.
No one to correct me. Little
Yeah.
Machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, they land on like some junk planet,
Right.
And they're like, "Well, we're screwed." And they've got like,
How do they land on the planet?
because they're escaping.
Is it like an
yeah,
escape
yeah,
pod
yeah,
situation that
Okay.
crash lands on a
Yeah,
piece of shit
basically,
planet?
they're chuffing off.
A
'cause they
real
got
R2D2 C3PO situation.
basically, yeah, they have to
Tatooine.
chuff off.
It's just a fuckload of sand. That
Damn
stinks. There's
right.
huts and shit.
I
Yeah,
know,
it's bad.
man.
It's bad on that
Bad.
planet.
There's no huts though. There's just junk. It's just junk.
yeah, junk planet.
Anyway, so it's like him and maybe I don't know if I forget who, some helicopter guy. He's
Nice.
green.
Sure.
And a human's there. One of them.
Oh yeah, the Transformers movie also has that suit that turns a person into a transformer.
Yeah.
And then do they sing a song while they're building
Anyway.
a robot to escape?
So they're there, and I think they have to build one of them back together because they just got destroyed.
Right.
Might be Ultra Magnus, might be Helicopter Boy. I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, they meet these Junkticons, and they are all voiced, I'm pretty sure, by Eric Idle.
Oh, okay.
Monty Python fame.
Fair enough.
The guy that goes, "Hey, always look at the bright side of life. Hey, I'm on
Yeah.
the cross."
Yeah, that's
And
fair.
so
That
he
song's not funny.
no.
And
A
people
lot of
keep-
Monty Python
Well,
isn't, dude.
No, but,
again,
like, people-
humor ages like milk.
Yeah.
No, but
That's
like,
the problem.
I've spent 20 years of my life of people singing that song like it's a joke.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
the joke is
Yeah.
not the song. The joke is the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The song's not funny.
Yeah, but I guess when
but
they
that's
sing that
why it
song
makes
to
it
you,
funny.
they're trying to remind you of that scene.
Yeah.
Like, they're not singing the song because they believe the song in and of itself is a joke.
But like sometimes people just say, "Oh, hey, always look on the bright side of life."
Well,
Hey,
yeah.
da-da,
Are they
da-da,
doing
da-da.
it during a time when something bad has happened?
No,
Because that's
people just say it.
yeah, but like, I think
That's
they're also
weird.
just singing it because they're just like, remember this scene?
Yeah, I guess.
Remember this scene from that movie that's not very good?
That's strange. Usually it's always, something bad happens, then it's the always look on the bright side because it's the juxtaposition.
Well, that's- I mean,
what
like-
makes the comedy happen.
He's not
That's
the
also, like-
Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
Yeah.
That's a line I remember from
Yeah.
it. He
Name-
lands.
give me one other line
Fuck, dude.
from Monty Python's The Life of Brian.
Is there? Fuck.
Biggest Dickus?
Yeah, the biggest dickus.
Isn't that Holy Grail?
No.
No. What's funny about my friend named Biggest Dickus? Is that funny to you, you son of a bitch? Whatever he says. Jesus lands in Aliens at one point.
Jesus is on the cross and then gets down at the end, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, could be.
And then they put Brian up instead. Jesus runs away.
I had a friend in high school who was like, let's watch, and now for something completely different, the Monty Python sketch show.
Yeah.
And you know how you sometimes think you might still be watching Passengers?
No, not passengers.
Fuck.
Savages.
Savages. I believe in some way I might still be sitting there in his
And
lounge
now
room
for something completely different. Jackson's made a podcast career.
watching as some British people are Superman or some shit.
Yeah.
A guy's in a phone booth.
Ministry of Silly Walks.
Yeah.
Classics. Great.
I will say, though, that all of this talking shit aside,
Yes.
it does remind me of one of the nicest scenes in television history that's also a bit heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And that's from Freaks and Geeks when tall kid, what's his name?
Tall guy.
The tall,
Doesn't
nerdy
matter.
Yeah.
guy is just at home, he makes himself a sandwich, and he's just watching bad stand-up comedy, but he's having the best
Yeah,
time he's
yeah.
ever had. Bill! Bill.
Nice.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
And yeah,
your
that's
memory
really,
palace,
really,
memory
Yeah.
shack.
really,
Keep
really
Everstone.
nice. So
There's
maybe
Bill.
it's good to watch bad things as
Maybe
long
it
as
is.
you're having a nice time.
Well, it's all subjective.
Anyway, Eric
Speaking
Idle.
of bad things,
Yeah.
Anyway, Eric Idle, he's voiced in Junkbox. So he's talks, and you'll love this because it's 80s. He understands he's speaking English because he gets the transmissions from television, so he speaks commercial.
Oh, yeah, nice. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Oh, they reused that in fucking the Michael Bay ones. For,
Yeah. So then they speak, then he does that, and then they build a rocket ship out of junk, and onto the song "Dare to Be Stupid," and they do a little dance.
Oh, okay. So it's not okay.
That's good stuff.
It's not a serious scene. No, I was worried that it was like
That whole film is not serious.
Yeah.
It's Transformers.
But-
There's a touching moment, sure, when Optimus dies, but apart from that, it's a cartoon with robots,
Yeah, cartoons with robots.
and it's for kids.
Neon Genesis Evangelion's a cartoon with robots.
Not for kids.
Oh, yeah. It depends on who you are.
Fucked up, kid.
Yeah. Kids, you're like, if you don't know what's going on, you're like, yeah, it's a cartoon, it's for kids, I
Yeah.
guess. All right, Johnny 10-year-old, enjoy.
Yeah.
It's for kids where if that was my kid watching it, I would like peer into his room, then close the door and have a sit down with my wife.
Be like,
I've
I
done
think
this-
Son is wrong.
we fucked up Johnny 10-year-old.
We should have get one bad name. In retrospect, it only makes sense now while he's 10. And two, he's watching
But no,
Neon Genesis.
and then like
Evangelion.
even the whole thing. I mean, yes, they tried to make it a bit more like it's a little bit of dog because we got like Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
And they say,
well.
oh shit.
Yeah.
And then you have a lot of people that do die and they get transformed into different robots. But then at the end, it's just like, don't worry, Optimus Prime will return.
yeah, of course.
It's beautiful because again, and then none of the voice actors are back for like the
Sequel.
the cartoon basically comes after it. So again, it's not serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
Anyway,
think?
but those tentacle bot things.
Yeah.
Pretty sure they are maybe in the Transformers movie, like the animated one.
Okay.
Because they're like the judges that have like spinny heads.
Right.
And then they're like, innocent or guilty. We find him innocent, but then they still sentence him to death.
Okay.
Pretty cool. There's an old Transformer called
Do you
Cup.
think a guy will get sentenced to death in
No.
this movie?
Anyway,
That would be awesome.
yeah, Transformers lore is fucked. I don't
Yeah.
know how much you know about. I don't know. I know like the
It says
smallest.
he's not Johnny Transformers.
I know the smallest,
More than
little,
me.
tiniest sliver.
If
and
it
I've
was a
spoken to someone who is a Johnny Transformers, and it is insane.
I think that
Dinobot. What's his name? I think he's a Dinobot. It can't.
I
be
don't
Dinobot.
fucking know.
T-Rex boy.
Yeah.
He becomes smart at one point. He makes a whole race. I don't know.
Flowers for Dinobot.
Yeah.
That was really good stuff.
Yeah.
Really solid joke.
Yeah, so if out of 500, my Transformers knowledge, it's 500. Otherwise, I wouldn't do this episode. 3,
Yes.
maybe 4.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime and Optimus Primal.
I forget Megatron's name all the time. There's good robots and bad robots, baby. That's all I know.
Autobots and Decepticons.
Yeah.
But then there's sometimes...
Dino Primals. Anyway, this movie, let me tell you why this movie looks garbage.
Oh yeah.
One, visually, it looks strange.
Oh, yeah.
The Transformers' mouths are really weird.
Oh, they're not good.
I assume this is like, because it's kind of got a really, like, they've got a simpler design.
Look.
There you
It's
go.
been killing me all day.
You were Joel Dusherin right there.
I know. I'm like, it's
It's good to go on your phone and just double check something.
So I assume part of it is that like they're trying to do it's like a throwback movie
Yeah.
or whatever, but also that one of the main complaints about the Michael Bay Transformers early on, I think once those movies kept going, people stopped giving a fuck because no one was watching.
Also,
them.
no, they made so much money.
Yeah, well, there you go.
All
One
People
of the
were watching.
one of
law-
the complaints was that the designs of the Transformers was like massively
It's
overcomplicated.
just little babies online like to be loud.
Yeah. Well,
No, but... So yeah, the Transformers movies are all critically either mixed to panned, depending
Yeah.
on which one. And I think the only one that's mixed is the first one, and then the rest are just panned. The big criticism was, I don't think the Transformers design...
I just remember that was such a
I think
criticism. People were like, "You never knew what was going on."
Yeah,
I
'cause there's a
think-
grey robot versus a grey robot.
Yeah,
You're
you're like, what the
where-
fuck's happening?
It wasn't
And
that
when they
there's-
transform, it's so confusing.
No,
yeah.
you've combined a whole bunch of stuff together, I think. So the criticism...
I remember that. Yeah,
The
but go on.
criticism was that when the robots were fighting, every robot looked the same. So there was a criticism that as the series went on, they stopped showing the transformations, which was a really cool thing.
I do remember that as well,
one.
but I just remember people saying the designs were overcomplicated
Yeah.
too, which I assume would be a reaction to the previous time we saw them, where they were far simpler, like they are in this
Yeah,
movie.
in the first movie, it was very much like they kill off Jazz, and you're like, the grey robot got. I
Yeah,
don't know what's.
I don't know
going
what's
on.
happening.
And yeah, they kind of they gave them lips. Why'd they give them lips?
I don't
give
know,
them
but I would
lips.
prefer their mouths in the Michael Bay movies to the mouths in this one. But also the humor in this movie and the style of this movie is like the style of movie people make fun of. Like he's
It's
right
like-
behind me, isn't he?
It feels like DreamWorks crossed with MCU.
Yeah, but it's like
Cross with
even
2010 Tumblr.
Yeah, even those movies don't actually like that. It's like so on the nose how exactly the thing people make fun of it is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the like they call me Badassatron, and it's
Yeah.
pronounced Badassatron.
and everyone's like, "I'm gonna call you B." It's just like it's like extremely.
This is what, like,
it feels
the-
very
yeah.
dated. I think.
It feels very dated. It feels also like the comedy that people make fun of millennials.
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah,
It's strange because if I was making this movie, I probably would have been. I would have looked at like Ghostbusters Afterlife and other things like that and be like, all right, we can go animated and it can be silly, but the trailer will not be the thing that gets kids into the cinema.
Yeah.
It'll be the thing that gets the annoying people online into the cinema, us. So we should set you can have jokes like that are in the trailer in the movie. Because like even Spider-Verse and stuff like that, there is definitely like humor in that that's like
Not
aimed at children.
To this yeah, absolutely.
No,
but
not to this degree.
I think
No.
this
Spider-Verse
humor
is-
this is almost the kind of humor that I think Zoomer kids would be like, that's so cringe. You know what I mean?
When do Zoomer kids start thinking that though?
I don't know.
Because if you're aiming,
Zoomer
what's
kids
his
are like
Zoomer at
probably
the moment?
like 18 now or whatever.
well, when you're thinking like kids calling it cringe, how
Yeah.
old are you thinking?
I'm thinking probably what we would consider. It's hard to tell who this movie is aimed at, but I
Yeah.
feel like the kind of kids this movie is aimed at, this is not the style of humor or the style of movie that they will.
I think that this
know.
movie, based on the trailer, is probably aimed at people our age that have children.
Okay.
Because then their kids are like,
Older.
Yeah.
It's older. As in, like, people out, like, they have to have maybe, like, 12-year-old kids.
I think
Like,
it's
tween kids.
based on the comedy and stuff and the animation style. To me, this is like 6 to 10.
Yeah, I was
maybe.
getting the same thing. This to me gives the vibes of like an old. Well, Dusha was saying this too. Like, and this is just a reference really that only the Australian listeners and viewers will get. But like an ABC Kids
Animated
cheap
show.
sort of French Canadian TV show.
Yeah, it really does feel like ABC Kids.
Yeah, like it's got a real.
the same-
Which I think it's aimed at that group, but then I think it's also not enough for that kind of. I don't know.
Like, it's got that sort of style of animation looks kind of cheap.
Yes.
The pacing looks off already, weirdly to say from a trailer, but like
Yeah.
the pacing looks like really strange. And then they've sort of just gone like, right, well, we're not really making this for Transformer fans.
No.
Who might know all those deep lore cuts. Or we're not really even making it for the very basic person who, again, remembers the 86 movie and was like, I like that film.
Yeah.
They're not making it for like that guy because I'm watching that being like, that's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of like when they made the Peabody movie.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, why?
Yeah.
What are you
Who's
doing?
this for?
And like, I guess that Transformers has that whole like history. There's so many different weird Transformers, like
various incarnations or whatever.
media out there. I remember there was one where it's like Optimus Prime and like an anime child.
Oh,
I think that's
yeah.
one.
I think that's
incarnation
one.
of it.
I don't know if it's.
Iteration.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
There's a lot of fucked up
There's
ones.
some very, Transformers kind of goes crazy. I don't want to look into it. I never do.
Yeah.
That's
fair
fair.
enough.
That's fair.
Not for me.
Yeah.
I feel it would be one of those things where, you go into one of them like little holes and you're like, oh, what the fuck is
Consumed.
that? Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. You never come
You have
back.
Transformers comics, don't you?
I think when IDW purchased the rights or got the rights, I think I did have them from memory.
Did they cross over with anyone fucked?
They went to
used
Marvel, I think, at some point.
Originally, I think
Yeah.
it was like Transformers, G.I. Joe were published by Marvel.
Oh, yeah, of course, because they're making a Transformers G.I. Joe movie, but that's not connected to this movie.
I always thought that like I wish it was more of a Transformers and like Fast Furious. I think
Yeah.
that would be a great
That's a fun
series to like
combination.
combine.
I think there's
Yeah.
a lot of
it'd be
similarities between
perfect.
Optimus Prime and Dominic Toretto.
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why they're making, because they're like, okay, it's the unheard of origin between Megatron and
Yeah.
Optimus, and you're like, is that unheard? Like, have we not heard this story? Is this something? Because I know they used to, like, in the comics, I think they did like the history of Cybertron, that kind of stuff before.
Well, I would. What this gives me the vibes of is that you can kind of see the different pitches and the way it's like transformed until we get the finished product. I would imagine, like, somebody's like, we should do a throwback to the 80s movie.
Yeah.
That's probably where it started.
Yeah.
And then they're like, where are we aiming it? And then possibly at the beginning, it was aiming at an older audience, and then producers, whatever, or investors were like, aim at a younger audience. Let's make it animated. And then you kind of feel like what you're seeing is a finished product that is kind of nothing, or not the movie anyone wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. It is going to be interesting to see what this does at the box office. Because another thing that they've done, and I think, honestly, the biggest sin that this movie has committed when it comes to, like, what the movie is about
Yeah.
is you're making a movie called Transformers, where the Transformers can't transform until presumably halfway through the film.
Yeah.
So it's just robots, and at that point, they might as well just be guys
Yep.
because like they can't do anything.
Yeah.
They're just regular guys.
Okay, this is like it's all they're using for some reason. They're going, all right, what's that thing when I don't know, group of plucky teens find a meteor, touch the rock, and become powered animals. Chronicle. It's that kind of like oh yeah, we're gonna have that, and they're doing that for Transformers. And again, I don't know. I'm the Transformers lore. I don't know if there was ever a time when they didn't transform.
But you can imagine it from the perspective
But
of
you're
somebody
like,
being
why?
like, what's hot right now? And everybody's, 10 years sort of in retrograde or whatever. And they're like, superhero movies. So make this movie like a superhero
yeah, make
movie.
it a superhero origin movie.
Yeah, that's what...
we miss them.
Yeah, that's make that
That's
kind
why
of movie.
people are tired of superhero films. Less origin films. It becomes too complicated.
I don't know. I just think this movie to me feels I feel cynical about it.
Yeah,
I feel like it's very cheaply made and very hollow, and it doesn't feel like anybody. Like you could watch a movie like Spider-Verse, and there are problems with Spider-Verse because those animators, they fucking were pushed to the. There was so much
They
crunch.
risked their lives for
They
that
put
movie.
so much
Pushed to the
crunch to
brink.
make those movies,
Yeah.
but you could tell that there was like a genuine, heartfelt, creative core to it. They were trying to say something. They were trying to do something with that movie. This movie feels very much like that. Like we have an IP, we can aim it at a younger audience. The script doesn't have to be amazing.
Yeah.
Chuck in the most generic
Yeah.
sort of jokes you can think of,
Yep.
and fucking shit it out.
It's like, okay, Michael Bay films, they're like, okay, cool, they were pitched more of an like an older audience.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like, oh yeah, because we had to make it sexy and all this, and like we had to be really focus on the realistic versions of how would they transform.
Yeah.
Give Optimus flames. And so then we need something now, and then some people liked it. It made money.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, maybe like the last one didn't, I'm assuming, and it's kind of dropped off.
Dinobots one?
I don't know, the Beast Wars, I don't know if
Yeah,
it made
yeah.
money or not.
So
Again, they made fucking King Arthur at one point. And
Yes,
so like,
Merlin is real.
Let's make something a bit different. And yeah, when you first said, oh, the Transformers once animated, I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Thinking like in terms of what we got recently, i.e. Spider-Verse, i.e. the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated film, where I'm like, oh, cool. Well, okay, I guess we're getting some like of that again.
Yeah.
And I had issues with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated film, but by and large, I had a good time with it.
Yeah, I thought it was heaps of fun. I quite liked it.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Whereas, this, I'm just like, it's so...
I don't know. This also could be the
Looks
case of a bad trailer.
Could be. It could
Okay.
be.
Because it is directed by the Toy Story 4 director, who also worked on... Okay, so I need to make it clear that he is a director of this movie, but he doesn't have any writing credits.
Sure.
So his filmography won't really come into play that much, but also he's not... You would think that if you're the director and someone's doing shit, you're like, that's a bad idea, you'd...
Reel
try
him in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Because he worked as a story artist on The Incredibles and your favorite movie, Cars. He then...
Life is a highway.
He was the...
Lightning McQueen's a scumbag, though. Go on.
He also did he was a story artist for Ratatouille and Up.
Okay.
He was a story supervisor for Cars 2, a sequel to your favorite film, and Inside Out. He also wrote the screenplay for Inside Out.
Okay.
He wrote the original story for Toy Story 4 and directed Toy Story 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to see it.
Toy Story
There-
4's a funny movie.
And then he works on Soul as well, and then
like Soul.
Transformers 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like,
I don't know. But
He
just
hasn't
like
done bad. He's done pretty good. But
yeah, I like a lot of those movies.
and he's also got thanked on Onward. Thank
yeah.
you so much.
that was a bad.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Well, he didn't work on it.
We're
He
the
just- they
cast of
just said-
Onward. We're just throwing out a thanks.
He's like, no, don't do
Don't
that.
thank me for
That was
Onward.
not a good film.
Yeah, I didn't see Onward. I don't know.
A
Maybe,
guy's legs, dude.
yeah, the guy, their dad is legs.
Their dad is legs.
Sometimes your dad is legs.
Yeah, and that's what that
Dad
movie
be
taught
leg.
you.
Yeah.
Dad be leg.
I don't know. It just still like it's so weird because the sort of
Yeah.
the sense of humor and pace and the characterization in all those other movies feels leagues above this. And even if it is just a bad trailer, some of the
Michael.
jokes we see in the trailer are gonna be jokes in the movie. I don't know how they're gonna
you've
fix
got-
that style of comedy if that's the style of comedy the movie has.
Yeah, you got Bumblebee, who like is never really being portrayed as like that.
No.
Like this sort of tries to be a comedic relief in a sense where you're sort of laughing at him.
Yeah.
Then become ultra violent.
But I'm not even like mad at the like, oh, that's a mischaracterization of Bumblebee. I just think it's like a very lazy
using it,
Yeah, but
Because
I
I'm
think
like,
it's
yeah,
just a lazy style of comedy. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, what are you doing? What? This kind of sarcastic, kind of very not in the moment. Very.
They all need that little DreamWorks, like, smile.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Everybody's got that
people
kind
call me, badass.
badass. I'm gonna call you B. It's like, I don't know. It's just a very. It's a
Yeah.
very sort
Well,
of.
look, the trailer, maybe it stinks, and maybe the movie will be good, but it's got a crazy development. So
Okay.
maybe we can hear this.
Okay.
And yeah, like the trailer, look, if you're a Transformers fan, maybe this was exciting to you, but I have a feeling that everyone that wanted this movie watched that trailer and was like, oh no.
Yeah,
I feel
think
like
I
it.
was reading some of the comments on Reddit and whatnot, and everyone being like,
Yeah, this.
why?
So, following the release of Transformers Age of Extinction in 2014, so it is worth noting that I think up until Transformers The Last Night, they all made $1 billion easy.
Yeah.
Paramount Pictures tasked Akiva Goldsman to work with the film franchise director Michael Bay, executive producer Steven Spielberg, and the producer to set up a writer's room to create the idea for Transformers film spin-offs. After setting up the writer's room, they all worked together and they were like, hey, what about a prequel series set on Cybertron?
Yeah.
And then it kind of spirals out of there. In August 2017, so a couple of years later, it was reported that an animated Transformers film was officially in the works. Following the release of Bumblebee, the animated film was discussed, clarifying it was in the works and would tell the whole Cybertron mythology.
Okay.
Then nothing for 3 years.
Perfect.
And then Josh Cooley, the guy I was just talking about, was hired to direct. And all of the names I said before,
Gone.
not writing it. No one's left, but they
Yeah.
only worked in the writer's room.
Yeah, okay.
So hired 2 other writers to write it. In February 2022, so another 2 years later, it emerged that the film would be computer animated.
Okay. Nice.
And then it was originally reported that the title was Transformers: A New Generation. And then they were like, no, actually, title's not
You
finalized.
kind of got to go back because it's actually the old generation.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that would, yeah.
And then they reveal at CinemaCon, hey,
you
it's called
tickled yourself
Transformers 1.
It's so stupid.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous.
Again, it shouldn't be this hard to make money out of Transformers.
Well, it was actually pretty easy, as you've
Yeah.
Yeah,
heard.
true.
But yeah, anyway,
Just-
at CinemaCon, they're like, it's called Transformers 1, and it will explore the origins of the Transformers and the events that led Optimus and Megatron to go from brothers in arms to enemies.
Whoa.
Cool. Yeah, that's what everyone's been
Steve Buscemi is
champing at
voicing
bit.
the villain of the film that is yet unnamed.
I'm assuming Johnny Tentacles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will we Steve Buscemi?
Yeah. So I'll try and find the name
Yeah.
for the little tentacle bots. But
And again, I'm not mad because I think this movie in any way besmirches the Transformers franchise. It's not a untouchable holy grail of a franchise.
Agreed.
And I'm not mad because I think like, oh, this movie should be gritty and dark, or this movie looks like it's made for babies. I'm mad because it looks bad.
yeah.
You can make a movie aimed at well, maybe not 5-year-olds, but you can make a movie aimed at a significantly young audience that's still extremely entertaining. People do it all the time.
Yes.
So here's another little bit of information that is baffling, and it also reveals that maybe they don't know what the fuck they're actually making.
Yeah.
So this, to me, seems like, and everything I've just said, seems like that they were making a prequel to
The
Transformers, the movie.
Michael Bay's Transformers. Oh, right. I see what you mean. Yes,
the
sure,
animated film.
Sure.
No. Okay, so maybe we were on different pages, but I was like, oh, okay, this is going to connect to that because then
Right.
it's like rewarding, and hey, that's an animated film as well.
Yeah.
But no, that is not the case. They've planned out a trilogy of films that are going to connect to the first Transformers movie, the Michael Bay one. So
Sam Witwicky.
this is a prequel to the Michael Bay Transformers film.
So that means it's going to end with Megatron frozen in the ice and Uncle Witwicky sees him with his glasses or whatever.
No, because it's the planned trilogy of films. So this movie's going to end. And then there's
They're probably
Sorry,
another.
the trilogy will end.
Yes.
like that.
They're still maybe good friends. They haven't. Megatron and Optimus are still buddy.
And also that as the movies go on, it'll make sense to transition Chris Hemsworth into Peter Collins, and it'll make sense within the story. Because
Okay.
Optimus Prime, I guess, will become more grizzled and a leader.
Yeah, he'll me. Yeah. All right.
Less jokey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
know why they
really
did that,
know-
but all right.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so we've sit here with like pissing and shitting all over someone's hard work, and it's hard to make a movie.
Yeah,
It is.
obviously
It is hard.
It's so hard to
And
make
the
a movie.
development of this movie does seem like it was kind of all over the place.
And maybe
to the
a
point,
nightmare to be part of. Yeah,
and
for sure.
maybe to the point where maybe they know now that hey, things aren't looking red hot.
Yeah.
But like, how do you make a good Transformers movie? Because they haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I don't know how they just you just get clearly it's the people.
I haven't seen Bumblebee. Bumblebee could be a good Transformers
maybe-
movie.
I
Bumblebee.
They bumbled my bee.
Dude, they're bumbling bees
They're
now?
bumbling
Damn.
bees now.
I think I watched like an hour of that Bumblebee movie. I don't really remember it.
Yeah.
But apparently it was okay.
That's what I heard.
It basically was a girl in a horse movie.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway,
Girl in a horse movie.
a girl and a horse movie.
Well, it would be a girl in a horse movie because the car is a horse.
Yeah,
The car is a horse and the girl is a boy? No, the girl is a girl.
The girl is a girl.
And John Cena's there.
Yeah,
yeah.
The army.
The army. Oh, yeah, and that's right. And the G.I. Joe Transformers movie is a sequel to the Bumblebee franchise, not the...
Whoa, that's crazy.
Because it's the same, because Bumblebee and the new Transformers movie, the Beast Wars movie, those are connected.
Sure.
Like, that's a...
Yeah.
Because those were originally prequels to the Michael Bay one, but I guess they decided no.
That's awesome.
Sure.
That's awesome.
I love the convoluted bullshit that movies need to have now.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like...
So strange.
Movies keep doing this thing of recent where they're like, oh, it's a prequel.
Yeah.
But then like, oh, it made money, so we want to make a sequel. So it's not actually a prequel anymore.
Yeah.
It's just in a new...
It's a new universe.
It's a secret
Elseworlds.
reboot.
yeah.
It's
Just connect your fucking movies, but don't connect it in an annoying way.
or
Just
just don't connect the movies. Who
Yeah.
cares? Stop.
every movie is a different movie.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Who cares? Stop being so precious about canon.
Well, unless it works, unless it's necessary to connect them in some ways gratifying or
Yeah.
add something to the franchise.
But if not, then
If not, you
Hey,
don't need to do it.
and I'm still waiting for-
Connecting in and of itself is not gratifying.
yeah. Like I know. I mean, I'm going to mention some movies that Joel Douche is going to hate. But,
Okay.
I'm leaving.
I'm sorry, but like when before Kevin Smith made real like Tusk, before pre-Tusk, let's say, but like with Mallrats and Clerks and that, like
Mallrats stinks, but Clerks is really good.
yeah, and like those sort of like early films he did, and there was this like little connection between names and characters, and like things like events happened in films. Like the previous film they reference to, but it's not like it's more of a like, hey, isn't that the same last name as blah blah? Oh shit, it is too. Oh, they're cousins or whatever.
yeah.
The fuck. It didn't really matter.
Yeah.
and
And they had
like,
the same actor playing different guys or
yeah,
whatever.
and like that kind of world building, shared universe as it was. Whatever, fine, who cares?
Yeah.
But I don't know, everything that
I just think that the function of a shared universe should be to make the world feel alive.
Yeah,
And
like
I don't think that
like
happens.
your favorite film director Quentin Tarantino's films, how they're all connected, but some of the movies are within movies of his real life
yeah,
movies.
they're
Exactly.
movies within the movie wheel.
Yeah, because
clever.
and it's because an alternative history happened because
They
Hitler,
killed Hitler
Yeah,
in
in the movie
theater.
in the movies, and that made the people yearn for a more violent world.
But it went
Love
backwards as
movie.
well because Django and the Hateful Eight are set before that.
Yeah, but that's the real.
Yeah.
That's real. Those
You're
are
right,
the real.
That's real.
'Cause
Sorry, I forgot. He is my favorite director. I should
Kill
know that.
Bill, that's the movies in
He's
the
a
movie.
genius.
Kill Bill is a genius.
Yes.
Oh, actually, this is movie news. It's so unrelated to Transformers, but it's so baseless speculation that I have to bring it up. The Quentin Tarantino news that came out in the last couple of weeks is so funny.
Yeah.
So, Quentin Tarantino, he's been saying his whole career, I'm making 10 movies.
Yeah.
That's fine. He's up to, depending on how you counted it, and he's always been very loose with the 10. It's like, does this count? Was the last movie 10? Is Kill Bill 1 movie or is it 2 movies? Anyway, so all that's been said is like, the next movie is my 10th movie, then I'm done.
Yeah.
It's called The Movie Critic.
Yeah.
Anyway, last week or the week before or whenever, he woke up and he was like, I don't want to make this movie anymore. So he just stopped it. The Movie Critic is no longer happening, and he's now
So
yearning
funny.
for what will be his final movie
That's
again.
so funny.
He had cast and written a script
Yeah.
twice. Anyway,
Has he backed himself in a corner or he's like, this is my last movie? And he's like, it's got to be fucking good.
I think so.
And he doesn't want it to be,
stinker?
that's so funny.
Well, he doesn't
dude.
want it to be. I think he would, because he's making such a hoo-ha.
Yeah.
I'm bringing that back. About it being his
like
final film. I'm guessing he probably wants to be like
It
release a
goes
movie
out
where
with
people
a
are like,
Yeah.
this is like one of your top 3 at least.
Absolutely. And it's sort of a culmination of all of your other films.
Last couple of movies have not like critics have liked.
Yeah,
them.
but he's not made another Pulp Fiction or
It
whatever.
depends
Yeah.
because like I think
Like
once
Hateful
upon a
Eight. was good.
I haven't seen Hateful Eight.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, so Hateful Eight, some people really like, but no one's like, this is she's top 3. It's just like that was good. But then other people are like, it's very slow and I don't like it. Where like you watch Pulp Fiction, everyone's like, this is good.
Yeah, dude.
I think that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood would have been a perfect farewell film. So. Quentin, I know you're watching. Just go back. Kill Bill, 2 movies. That was number 10. Done.
Yeah, you're good. You're out.
And if that gives you the 9 for some reason, you're already counting Kill Bill as 2 movies. True Romance, just claim that as yours.
Yeah, why not?
Or From Dusk Till Dawn, you directed half of that.
That counts.
Yeah, you've done 10.
Done 10.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is one of my favorite movies by you.
Yeah, was it Killing Zoe or something like that? Where you wrote it?
We shouldn't kill Zoe.
She's our friend.
She is. Yeah, was that Killing Zoe? Was it with Eric Stoltz? Did he write that maybe?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't really
Filmography.
Yeah, let's see. Did he write that one? Because you could claim that one.
Yeah, he's got a lot of movies he could just claim. If he wanted to dip, if he just wanted to get out of
If
there.
he just says that Kill Bill Volume 1 and
No, it
2 is
wasn't.
2 movies.
Never mind. Why did I think that? Anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah. If he Kill Bill counted as 2 movies, that's 10. Done. Bang.
You're out.
Good.
You're out.
But how do you make a good Transformers movie? Is you look at, again, depends what kind of market you want to kind of go for. Clearly, the Bay film found that audience because they made money up to a point.
Yeah.
But if you kind of want to do something like, okay, cool, we'll make them a dumb little action movie, try and capture the same sort of essence as sort of like the middle Fast and the Furious franchise.
Yeah.
And you simply just make the Transformers look like some of the Generation 1. Don't overthink it. Don't give them robot lips. You don't need all that kind of
truck
bullshit.
nuts.
Or truck nuts.
Although, I mean, that
Maybe.
truck nuts in the first one did really well.
Brilliant.
The truck
So like
nuts are
that's
the
if
key.
making a non-animated movie. If you want to make an animated movie, like why not try and emulate the like animated style of the 80s? I don't know if that's more expensive these days. I don't know if what it means in terms of like budget, but I don't understand why we stopped doing that 2D animation.
I don't know. It
when
fell
a
out of
lot-
favor.
It did fall out of favor, and then no one bothered with it. But
Yeah.
there are people they're like, why don't it was nice, it was
Is it,
good,
che-
but
is it
everyone likes
cheaper
it.
to make something 3D in
think
CGI?
It must be.
It must be.
because I guess you're not doing hand drawn stuff.
Yeah.
I
All
don't
right.
know.
So Transformers movies, the first 4 made a fuckload of money and
Yeah.
then it fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
What was the movie where it fell off a cliff? The
So
Mark
Agent-
Wahlberg one?
No, the first Mark Wahlberg one made $1 billion.
Oh,
I love
okay.
Marky Mark.
The second one made 600 million, but it was on a slightly higher budget, pushing 250 million. So, like, yeah, they made money, but that isn't enough of a profit for a $250 million
Yeah, sure.
movie. So then they start fucking with the formula. Also, what the fuck? Oh, no, never mind. 18 months later, then they released Bumblebee, which makes even less money.
Yeah.
And then they like, oh, let's up the budget again because Bumblebee was like an $100 million movie, made $400 million. Then they do Transformers: Rise of the Beasts like 5 years later for 200 million again, and it makes 400 million.
Sick. Yeah, I don't know. I think also the problem is with the story comes to scale. They have to make everything like big and bombastic, and everything is the world's gonna end, as opposed to just like, hey, we are using Earth as our battleground between Decepticons and Autobots.
Because what's the
Whoopsie daisies.
Is the main threat? I think something that the first Transformers, the first Michael Bay Transformers, has going for it is you get this sense of this sort of grand, sort of mysterious mythology happening in the background that I think makes it quite exciting. You get like. There's a frozen Decepticon, a frozen Megatron in the ice, and he's unthawing, which is kind of like this very spooky, almost kind of
Eldritch
horror thing where like you don't want him to unthaw, and there's like great scenes where they're in the military base all looking at him, and then he's smelting, and it's like when he melts, shit's gonna go wrong.
Yeah,
and I think the later movies also add to that sort of like mythology a little bit, which I think is maybe, I don't know, maybe something that helps.
There was that nice, like, remember the trailer for the first one? When you had, I think it's ended up being Scorponok or whatever.
Yeah.
Bursting out of the sand, fighting Josh Duhamel and like a bunch of soldiers. And you was kind of like, oh, is there going to be like because that could be like an interesting little side story that they never really delved much into after the first one. Because like, I don't know, I think if you're going to do a Transformers film, either animated or not, you're just like, hey, the whole threat shouldn't be like they're going to, wasn't the threat the first one where they're going to use the Allspark and they're going to just make Earth Cybertron?
Yeah, that's right.
And it's like, why are you simply like, okay,
Which
these
is crazy because in hindsight, Earth was Unicron.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
So it's like, you can
And
kind
King Arthur was there?
He sure was. They pulled the sword out of stone, maybe.
And then
Merlin was real.
Merlin was real, and Optimus Prime has the sword?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's in the last 9.
I'm pretty
What's
sure.
his name? Hannibal Lecter, he's there.
Hannibal? Oh, yeah.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins, yeah.
Sir.
Stanley Tucci's there.
Stanley Tucci's there.
Like, I don't know. There's just like, there was some interesting ideas you could have played with, but they never really delved into
Yeah.
it. Like, I don't know why they were like, all right, instead of it's going to be this Earth-ending event of like the Allspark being shoved into the Earth and it's going to transform everything. Just be like, well, there's this two warring factions of robots who never really age, but they do die, but they've just been going on for millennia.
Yeah.
And Earth is now caught up as going to be the next battleground. It's not going to be Earth destroying. It's not going to be an extinction event, but it is going to be an annoying thing where Earth has become a battleground.
Yeah, yeah.
And so then you have the Earth lads being like, well, we want to stop that. We should stop that. And then it's like, the Autobots can be like, well, we're here to defend you. Like, no, we want you gone.
Yeah.
You're bringing
Please
your
leave
war
our
here.
planet.
For Christ's sake, stop it. And then you have like in the military, which what they end up doing of like, well, we can sort of start using some of that technology.
Yeah.
But then they don't really do much with it. They just turn a Mountain Dew machine into a robot that wants to kill humans.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the plot of the... Look, we'll just go through the quick plots of the Transformers movies and we'll see if we could try and cobble together something that's good.
Okay.
So, yeah, first one, Allspark is on Earth, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We're
so
wikis.
the
Wiki.
Yeah, Autobots want to grab it so they can go rebuild Cybertron. Decepticons want it so they can turn all of the robots on Earth to robots that hate Autobots and win the war. Yeah. So that's Transformers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Revenge of the Fallen. Great subtitle that means nothing.
Yes.
I thought the Fallen were a different set
robots.
of robots, like the ancient
There's like
robots.
there's one in Robot Heaven. They go to Robot Heaven at one point, which is awesome.
John Goodman's there, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're right. So the sequel takes place 2 years after the first one. And Sam Witwicky, your guy Jackson,
My guy.
Love that. guy.
He is my guy.
is allying with the Autobots once again in the war against Decepticons because an ancient Decepticon named the Fallen. So the Fallen's one guy. Seeks revenge on Earth. Don't know why.
Unicron.
And intends to find and activate a machine that will destroy the sun.
Whoa. That's
So they
awesome.
really, really upped the stakes
Yeah.
pretty quickly.
Is
there.
that the one where they get like a sexy hologram robot?
Yes.
That tries to
yeah.
make sweet love to
Sam Witwicky?
Yeah.
That rocks.
Never really delved into that one again,
Yeah.
huh?
No.
Anyway.
Then the next movie, Dark of the Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dark of the Moon, I think, is I might be misremembering, but I feel like it's not a great movie, but there's a really cool sequence of the astronauts finding a robot on the moon, like during the space race and being like, what the fuck?
Isn't that the trailer?
Might be the trailer. I think the trailer was quite cool for this one.
Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Sam Witwicky, your guy.
My guy.
Must lead the Autobots against Megatron and the Decepticons as they battle to possess powerful technology abandoned on the moon in order to restore Cybertron.
Yeah.
Look what Neil left.
Hey, left behind. Come on, man.
That'd be very funny. We've got to get these like hidden technology up there. It's like the Apollo 11.
What?
Guys, we
This
went,
was us
We
in
went
the
further.
60s.
We went further than that.
Oh, well, we probably shouldn't have
Trans-
come to the moon then.
The Transformers movies deal with a lot of random shit as
Yes.
the series goes on. Because the opening scene of Dark of the Moon
Yeah.
Yes.
is the Ark in 1960, a Cybertronian spacecraft carrying an invention capable of ending the war, crash lands on the dark side of Earth's moon. Detected by NASA. JFK is like, we got to go to the moon.
Yeah.
Then they secretly inspect the Ark. Present day, the Autobots assist humanity in preventing major conflicts.
Yeah.
During a mission to the site of the 1986 Chernobyl nuclear disaster.
Okay. All right. We're chucking in the moon landing and we're chucking in Chernobyl.
That
All
rocks.
right.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
And then,
Sure, okay.
all right, so that's Witwicky's done. He dies in between the next two
Yes.
movies.
Rest in peace. And that was okay. So they got to the
They got the object, but probably they destroyed it or
technology,
something.
Yeah,
they
probably.
stopped it. Whatever. The Decepticons didn't get it.
Yeah.
Then we've got Age of Extinction.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs. Grimlock.
Grimlock.
My guy.
Your guy.
Did they get sludge and swoop?
A struggling inventor and single father discovers a damaged truck, which turns out to be a transformer in disguise. Considering,
inventor.
That's so funny.
considering,
Protagonists used to be inventors, though, in movies.
Yeah, no, but like
it
look-
happened
look
more
at,
often
Look at
than.
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, no, Mark Wahlberg's no
Mark
inventor.
Wahlberg's a scientist. He's a biologist
Oh, yeah.
in fucking The Happening.
Happening,
Yeah, that's true.
But it's funny that, so I've just read like the very brief synopsis. So to have the first movie be like, there's a thing that's going to turn all the machines on Earth against humans.
Yeah.
Second one, it's like, there's a fucking huge guy.
You're gonna kill the sun.
He's going to kill the sun. Third one's like, there's a thing on the moon that's going to end the war.
Yeah.
Fourth one, a guy finds a truck.
So what does he do with said truck?
Yeah, that's the question.
Isn't that one where like Chicago gets blown up?
I think so, yeah. That's with the end of Chicago.
Yeah. 65 million years ago, an alien race known as the Creators
Never mind.
used devices called seeds to cover Earth with a metallic alloy called transformium,
Beautiful
which
stuff.
wipes out the dinosaurs in the process.
That's what got him.
Hey, that makes sense.
Yeah. Hence,
In the present day, geologist Darcy Tyrrell excavates the transformium
Yeah.
for KSI Industries and uses it to build transformer drones.
Excellent. Excellent.
In years after the Battle of Chicago, humans view Transformers as hostile and
Must have been
terminate.
the moon one.
The previous one, there was the Battle of Chicago, because I remember watching this film being like, what's going on? And like, remember Chicago. And you're like, what? I don't.
That's crazy that they,
Though the public believes that the Autobots were granted sanctuary, they are hunted down by a rogue CIA Black Ops division, Cemetery Wind.
Funny.
Whoa, this is an awesome name. Cemetery Wind.
Great.
Led by
There's a cool idea of like just the Autobots on the run
Yeah,
being hunted by Cemetery Wind.
absolutely.
But instead we get like Man Find Truck.
Man find
And then we have
truck.
all the other bullshit going on as
Yeah.
opposed to like, just a very simple story.
Yeah,
so
so
it's like interesting little
Cemetery
nuggets of
Wind is led by an
interestingness.
opportunistic rogue intelligence operative, Harold Attinger,
Okay.
who believes that all Transformers are dangerous and must be destroyed.
That's awesome. They
point.
got a guy who's racist against Transformers as
Well,
the
if-
main bad guy.
If the Transformers destroy Chicago,
I'd be
fair
thinking
enough.
the same. Hey,
Lockdown.
maybe it's not woke, but I would be scared of Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
And then it just like changes gear. And this is also like kind of a good idea, but I can imagine it's not handled great. But Lockdown, a Cybertronian assassin and bounty hunter working for the Creators, is tasked to find Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like in a world where we hate Transformers, there's a lone bounty hunter.
Hunting down Optimus Prime.
Cool. That sounds great.
To be honest,
But then,
yeah.
in exchange for this, Attinger, he get what?
Yeah. It's like, see what I mean? Like there's like
Lockdown locates and kills Ratchet when he refuses to give up Optimus's location.
Okay.
Find out what happens in The Last Night. That's the most interesting one with Merlin and King Arthur.
I don't know. I mean, like that one I just read was pretty wild.
Well, but I think the thing is, I think if you think about those first four movies
Yes.
as like a Fast and Furious.
Yes.
Where it's
Okay.
just, yeah.
So just keep all the plot synopsises in mind.
Okay.
This one. Inventor Cade Yeager is gifted a talisman by the dying Transformer Knight and is soon recruited by an eccentric British professor
Yes.
to save the world from the impending threat of Unicron.
okay.
That's awesome.
Is the Cade? That's Marky Mark, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cade,
okay.
Cade
And the-
I
Yeager.
thought they just made a new inventor, which was also very funny. But okay.
And then I'm assuming the British professor is
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah, or Stanley Tucci.
No, I think it's
No,
Sir
that's
Anthony
Anthony
Hopkins.
Hopkins.
And Josh
Is he
Jamal
more-
is
yeah.
back in this one. He's the
Oh.
first guy to reprise his role.
Good
Okay.
for you, Josh.
It's funny that, yeah.
What did you? Yeah, he was a handsome guy.
Yeah,
What happened?
he used to be in Las Vegas, the TV show that I watched heaps of for some reason.
That's awesome.
With James Cain. No, not James.
I don't know,
Caan?
dude.
James Caan, yeah. He was the he was like watching the casinos being like, that fucking guy, he's fucking me out of money. And I'd be like, well, let's go solve this Las Vegas problem.
Okay.
Anyway, in 484 AD, Merlin finds the Knights of something,
Okay.
a group of
Rocks.
Transformers hiding on Earth,
Yeah.
seeking their
In
help.
44 AD.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
484 AD.
Yeah.
484. My mistake. I was off by 400 years. Okay.
Seeking their help to aid King Arthur and his knights, they hand him a staff and help Arthur defeat the Saxons, but warn Merlin to hide
They
the staff.
help Arthur defeat the Saxons. Was that hard for them? Is it really hard for a Transformer
this
to
is
defeat
funny.
a Saxon army?
The Saxon army with their
Be
spears
it pikemen
and
or
pikes.
whatever.
Guy turned into a truck, mows them down.
It happens again in this,
That's
where it's like,
awesome.
in the present, following the events of the Hong Kong incident.
Okay.
So I got the Battle of Chicago,
And
the Hong Kong incident.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime arrives on the ruins of Cybertron and meets the mad Cybertronian goddess, Quintessa, who brainwashes him into Nemesis Prime
Right.
and sends him to Earth to retrieve Merlin's stuff to restore the planet by taking Earth's energy.
Yeah.
That's what you need to Unicron.
I think those first Transformers movies, I don't think it's a problem necessarily that they were so bombastic and that the threat was always gigantic. Because I think in a weird way that kind of worked for what they were. Again,
The talisman that Cade Yeager is given turns into Excalibur, by the way.
Okay.
fabulous stuff.
Great
Makes
news.
sense to me.
Okay.
But
Good.
I think that's probably that in conjunction with, I think Sam Witwicky is kind of integral in a way because you had this grand Transformers narrative and then you had Sam Witwicky goes to high school or whatever, goes to college.
Yeah.
And at the time we made fun of that, but I think maybe that's partially what made those movies very accessible to a general audience. And then when you look at the drop-off, you get that first movie with Mark Wahlberg, which is everyone giving it a try. But I don't think Mark Wahlberg and his problems, i.e. his daughter is dating a man twice her age who has the Romeo and Juliet laws in his wallet,
Laminated.
is as accessible.
Played by Jackson's favorite actor, T.J. Miller.
For real.
Yeah, T.J. Miller's that guy.
dude.
And yes, for real, it is Jackson's favorite actor.
I love Quentin Tarantino.
T.J. Miller.
TJ, you give me an actor who controversial? Apparently, he's my favorite. But I think
Jackson loves him.
I think that's partially why those first movies did so good. I think they had the right balance to make it very accessible to a general audience where, yes, the moon is going to explode, someone's going to steal the sun.
Yeah.
But also, Sam Witwicky's mum has tried pot for the first time.
Yeah.
And so,
Sam Witwicky's mum thinks that Sam Witwicky's jacking his dick off
Yeah.
in his room, but really he's having a secret conversation with his car Bumblebee.
Exactly. I kind of think
he's getting honeypot by a Transformer.
yeah, I think that kind of worked. And I think when you get to Mark Wahlberg with his bizarre problems and less accessible sort of characterization, and then all of a sudden we've gone to Merlin, I think it's not a shock. The franchise went downhill. I think it makes sense. And then you have a bunch of bad will because you've made a bunch of stinkers.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, no one cares.
Well, they
anymore.
go back to basics with Bumblebee, but back to basics wasn't what people wanted.
I don't know. It just
But I think Bumblebee, weirdly, was kind of... I mean, I've not seen Bumblebee, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
because it was
John
a smaller...
Cena,
It's a smaller scale story, though, yeah?
Haley Steinfeld.
yeah.
I don't think people wanted a smaller... I think it would be like if the Fast and the Furious franchise
Goes back to basics
went
and
back
steal
to basics
DVDs again.
and was just like about
don't
street
want
racing.
that.
People wouldn't care.
No.
So I
I'd
think...
care. I'd stand up in the cinema, I'd say, thank you, Vin Diesel.
And Vin
I care.
Vin Diesel would come out from backstage and be like, well done, Joel Dusha.
Welcome to La Familia. And then I'm in the next Fast and the Furious movie.
And me and Zabit are seething.
Yeah, you're so angry.
Dusha, you complete me.
Get in the car. And then they drive out of the cinema.
Yeah.
Do a wheelie on the screen.
Yeah.
Not
Whoa.
And then it pulls back, and that was the movie because I've secretly been cast in the next Fast and the Furious.
And you're between me and Zabit like, huh? Huh? That's me. Is
I guess.
this why you fucking couldn't record for 6 months?
Yeah, I was in the Fast and the Furious
You
movie.
just disappeared, dude.
You
You
shouldn't
didn't say shit.
I'm in
sense.
a blockbuster film.
Yeah, but
yeah.
you can't just disappear.
You just let us know. Leave a text.
Just
I wanted
Hang
it
out
to-
with Vin.
I wanted it to be a surprise.
Well, color
It
us
just
surprise.
made me angry with you.
Did you like the scenes with me and Tej?
I did.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
awesome in it, dude. It's like the
It's
best
great.
performance of your life.
Hey, what's
It just
Beans
doesn't-
like in real life?
Beans is lovely.
That's good.
Beans
Somebody
is-
being like, shut up. You're yelling in the middle of the
Hey,
movie.
I'm in this fucking
He's
movie.
in the movie, actually, so he can yell as much as he wants.
Hey, thank you for buying a ticket to my movie, but I will fucking talk. You're paying money to hear me talk. You're getting bonus content right now. Hey, give me that popcorn. Get out of here. Movie stars should be allowed to fight people in the cinema if
Yeah.
they're seeing a movie that they're in.
Exactly. I could not agree
Yeah.
more.
If I'm seeing fucking Ghost in the Shell and I'm talking and Scarlett Johansson turns around and tells me to shut the fuck up, I'm listening.
Yeah. That's
Although I guess in
understandable.
this situation it's the other way around.
You're like,
It's
hey, lady, stop. Oh, never mind,
it's your
Scarlett.
movie. Keep
Excuse
talking.
me. Please
My
carry on.
mistake. But no, I don't know why these movies go insane. Why include Merlin? I'm trying to think like, okay,
Why
Merlin,
include a talisman that turns into a sword that is Excalibur?
I just want to. What is the birth of these ideas? So like the Dinobots come from the one before Merlin, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, because that's clearly like we want to have Dinobots because everyone love a Grimlock, and then
But they don't
like,
go far back because Dinobot's 65 million.
Yeah, I know. But then they're like, well, how do we get Transformers turning into dinosaurs? Like, I think of the old cartoon, they just scanned fossils and then like, I'll just turn into that. Whereas they're like, no, that's silly. We need to make sure that there was transforming.
It's gonna make logical sense
in the history. So we got to do that. So what? How do you get to Excalibur?
Timeline in the
How do you get to
movies.
Excalibur? What producers being like?
I think the fucking timeline in the movies as well is like Bumblebee's the first Transformer on Earth, but Megatron was frozen, so Megatron was secretly the first Transformer on Earth. And then it's like dinosaurs were the first Transformers on Earth.
Well, not just that.
And also Merlin, new Transformers.
Also, no, the Earth is a Transformer.
Yeah.
Here we have Unicron or whatever.
I feel like that. I don't know.
Here's how I reckon you could get to Merlin.
Yeah.
You think how and I don't know if this is in the movie. You think how fucking badass would a dragon transformer be?
I don't think there's a dragon Transformer.
Well, they fucking missed an
No,
opportunity.
that's where you start.
That's where you start.
You go, how fucking badass?
Wouldn't
will
that be
a trans-
sick?
that'd
Maybe
be
he's got
so
three.
cool.
He's like a Hydra,
Like
and
he's-
then someone's
yeah.
like, "Oh yeah,
Like he's fighting, like the Knights of, because like basically
What if-
Transformers Knights. What if they're on the round
Knights
table?
of the Round Table. And what if that fucking table's a Transformer, dude?
No, what if
tables
like
roll out,
just
table bots."
and like any of the Knights of the Round Table Transformers? Again, I have not seen this film.
What
It would-
freaking
No. The
Camel-
Knights of the Round
Galahad,
Table.
whatever his name is.
Fucking
Yeah.
Lancelot?
Yeah. Are they Transformers?
No, I'm pretty sure
Or
that
they just transform
they
on
were
the table.
guys that got helped by Transformers.
So what? So okay. Here's
But Merlin's
Transformers.
real.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's big Transformers that can turn into I don't know a siege weapon.
Yeah.
They are robots. I am a guy with a horse. No, we're important.
Never.
Here around the table.
Never underestimate a man with a horse.
No,
guess-
you could
I
get
guess
a
so.
get a spear and a Transformer's leg.
It's
He's
just
fucked.
very funny to imagine the mythology that happened after that to be like, look, yes, these 4 Transformers, they helped us defeat the Saxons
Yeah.
or whatever. We had a table.
Yeah, we told him where to go though, and the
So we're
Saxons
the
are defeated.
heroes. It's just like, I don't know.
Why
There's
did
well
no
done.
Saxon, no surviving myths of Saxon armies getting decimated by a laser.
Why don't you just make the Iron Giant but live action and it's Transformers?
Yeah. Just like having
Optimus
that.
Prime comes to Earth.
Isn't that
was-
what Bumblebee was kind of?
Yeah.
Well, like, yeah, I guess, but I don't know. Maybe they just.
But he didn't watch Superman.
Yeah,
And he didn't.
Superman.
Yeah. Iron Giant, hey, look, controversial opinion.
Yeah.
Good
That movie's good.
Yeah,
Yet to see it. I need
it's a
to
great
watch it.
movie. It's
Vin
really
Diesel
good.
voices
I heard.
the Iron Giant.
Yeah, man, it's sick.
I should
Yeah.
be the Iron Giant too as well.
But that's, okay. But that's the thing, though. So if you had like, say it was Optimus Prime instead of Bumblebee,
Yeah.
and it was like Optimus Prime got exiled or he fighting a battle in Cybertron, he got, and got shot in the head, whatever.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of cognitive like, what the fuck's going on? Crash lands on Earth, finds child, and then they do the whole Iron Giant thing, and he learns that he becomes more and more cognizant of like who he is as a person, and then you have the military trying to get him, but he's like, no, I'm Superman or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know if you're going to get people wanting to watch that because it's not, Transformers. It's not bombastic enough. It's not big enough.
Yeah.
It only has that one guy.
Well,
And I don't know. It's just like, what are you
I think
trying to do?
Okay, well then fucking go big or go home. Make a War for Cybertron movie where it's just fucking robots fucking going ape shit, and then the central conflict can be like the same as I don't know, one of those things where it's like we're fighting it, like you reveal the friendship between Megatron and fucking Optimus Prime, and like they're working through that, and then at the end have them both die or some shit.
but I think you still need a
Tragic.
human POV.
You don't
character.
need a human POV
You need
character.
a human. When we lose the human, look what happens.
Nah, you don't. Like, look,
You put
again,
Mark
you
Wahlberg
don't
in there,
need a
everybody
human.
pisses their pants. Sam Witwicky is the heart of the
So
franchise.
you're
Okay, how
not
about
saying
there was a human in the 84 movie.
80s, but like
87, whatever.
whatever.
86, and also you're saying you're not arguing for a human, you're arguing for Sam Witwicky.
But the
In an ideal world.
he's
So-
dead. In
so-
universe, he's dead.
Yeah.
like the human character in the 80s movie, they were there, but I don't think they were as integral as like Sam Witwicky is into.
Yeah,
the
I
other
just think you need a
films.
human POV character.
Okay,
I
how
think
about
that's
this then?
important.
How about this then? It's a war on war on Cybertron. It's again a fight between whatever. You have like the proto Decepticons versus the proto Autobots. You have Optimus and Megatron. They're fighting the same team, whatever that might be. Maybe they're fighting whoever's in charge, fighting for whoever's in charge, right? And whichever one gets disillusioned by the power structure.
Yeah.
Then they switch, whatever. But you have this as the background because at the first opening, you have a fucking, I don't know, either you could have like an Apollo a thing or a Sputnik, which is whatever. They're a cosmonaut or an astronaut.
Yeah.
They have
Laika, the dog.
yeah, Laika the dog. Woof woof. Getting away from human. But they crash land into Cybertron.
And then Laika's with the Transformers. That's why she never came home. She didn't die in space.
She won't become a Transformer,
Yeah.
and they say we must translate her language.
Yeah, we're really getting away. And you just jumped on board from your idea. We're the human. Now we're including a dog.
The dog is the main character. It's called Transformers Dog.
Transformers.
We've got to get this dog back home.
Russian dog. Okay, homeward bound then. Okay, what we're doing?
We're gonna
doing
get
homeward
this
bound.
dog back
so a dog,
to Earth.
Laika goes, goes, sails past the moon and then crash lands on
Megatron
Cybertron.
wants this dog dead.
They're like, no, Megatron is like, this dog holds the secret to winning the war on Cybertron. I don't know how.
I'm gonna crush this
but
dog's
I know
spine.
that. Tell me your secrets!
Tell me your secrets, dog. Woof. The dog will
We
not
need a
bend
translator.
to my will.
Soundwave.
Soundwave comes
Work on
in.
this.
Soundwave
Work on
speaks
this.
dog. It wants ham. Soundwave.
What is ham? Ham.
Get the dog ham! So
It's-
then a small cadre
No,
of Transformers is sent off on Mission Ham.
Yeah, Mission Ham.
gotta get
Megatron
to-
thinks it's HAM.
Yeah.
It stands for
Haptic Arm Machine.
He's after Ham, the Haptic Arm Machine. Little did they know that they were in development of the Haptic Arm Machine.
Oh, fuck.
This dog knows so much.
We're gonna kill this
This dog is a seer. This
Yeah.
dog knows. This
Yeah.
dog will lead us to victory.
Ham. That's what it's saying.
The
Ham.
dog, what? The dog a dog?
No,
It's
he's
got
like,
to translate.
yeah,
the
gotta
dog,
translate
no,
what
the
a
dog is
translator
like, and then Soundwave's like, Ham. Yeah, see, we need all our
It knows.
resources into
It
the
knows.
Haptic Arm Machine. And then Optimus.
Beef.
Yeah.
What?
What is this
It
beef?
knows about our betterment, enrichment, enlightenment
Machine?
program.
Okay. The Transformers, because
And
the
then-
Transformers, they have Transprograms. I get you.
Yeah. And then
Shorten the programs.
and then in like this the turn to the second act, like midway to the second act, you then have like another ship lands, like,
Okay.
from Earth, like a thing, and they're like,
Are they looking for Laika?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Laika's,
Where's my dog?
It's Laika's owner, and he's there looking for Laika.
Laika! Come here, girl. Laika!
Where
and then
are
they-
you?
And then he gets
I
got.
have ham.
And then the Transformers here, he's got ham. And then
Yeah.
has
And
our
then-
program been stolen by this man?
And then they're all out war, and Optimus is the one who kind of figures it out.
Yeah.
He's like, no, this is just a dog and a man.
We've got to send them back to Earth.
And they
This is so embarrassing.
we have to take him to Earth.
But Megatron doesn't believe it.
No,
No.
it's like
Megatron-
this is no.
Megatron doesn't believe in
doesn't
Earth.
believe it. No, doesn't believe in Earth.
It's
Thinks
all a scam.
It's a
Yeah.
conspiracy and a scam.
Yeah.
This is the turning point. Megatron is like, they got to you too. I didn't think they would. I didn't think
They got
I
to
didn't,
you too.
I didn't
Got
think
to you
you
too.
would. I didn't think you would turn on me, Optimus. Et tu, Brutus. They had
Inventing
Brutus.
Yeah.
nonsense
On
like
Cybertron.
Earth and dog.
And that
To
ham.
steal our ham.
And that ham is not the Haptic Arm Machine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Of course,
You-
they want the haptic
Yeah.
arm
you
machine.
They
trying to
call
s-
you
And the
Pax
veteran-
Ryan. I call you Optimus Prime. It's an insult. It's an insult.
That's an insult.
It's an
We
insult in Cybertron.
established that earlier.
Yeah. You're right. You
stupid
stupid
motherfucker.
Optimus.
You're like an Optimus
You're like a
Prime
dog.
right
What
now.
the fuck,
Prime.
dude?
Yeah. And
Okay.
that's there.
And then the movie ends and the cinema goes crazy. Anyway, I think I can see how all of their ideas happen.
Yes.
I think I would watch our Transformers movie about Laika wanting ham and the Transformers needing to figure out what that means.
Me too.
I think it'd be a great.
I think it'd
film.
be a great,
and
fantastic
it'll
movie.
be set. It's a similar like
Post-credit scene.
animation style of like the '80s film.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it.
Post-credit scene.
Yeah.
That fucking...
Oh my god.
Oh my
Post-credit
God.
scene. Another spaceship lands. Chimpanzee knuckles out. Around his neck, a collar.
Yep.
Tag. Ham.
Because Ham the Chimp's a real chimp.
It's a real chimp that went to space. That's crazy.
Laika wasn't asking for ham the mate. He was asking for he friend.
Ham the chimp.
Ham the chimp. Her friend, sorry.
This is the greatest film we've ever pitched.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell, Transformers dog.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then Transformers
dog.
ham.
Yeah, that's the secret. Transformers will return in Transformers
Transformers
Ham,
Ham.
comma chimp.
Hasbro call us.
Yeah, get us on the blower.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
got some brilliant ideas.
We
for
got
Kids
a
it.
lot
love
of-
chimps, and that'll sell so many toys.
Kids love ham too.
Yeah. It's a great piece.
Dogs, you can make a dog toy.
Yeah,
Easy.
absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Dog toys sell well.
Yeah.
Both kinds.
Both kinds, both
Yeah.
kinds.
You
Both
can make
kinds.
a dog toy and then a dog toy that's a dog.
Yeah.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Not for a toy.
No,
A
you're
toy
right.
dog.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a toy
yeah,
dog
toy,
that a dog
yeah,
then
yeah.
uses a dog toy.
Anyway.
I guess you can make a chimp toy and a toy chimp.
Yeah.
I guess you can make a human toy and a toy
Is there much of a market for chimp toys? Isn't that like a tire
Tire rope.
or a mango and a block of ice?
Its own shit.
I reckon you can have a chimp a transformer. Would love it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Imagine the chimp's delight when he transforms it for the
Yeah.
first
He's like,
time.
it transformed from a thing that I do not recognize to another thing I do not recognize.
Whoa. Being a chimp is once again awesome.
Anyway, time to shit in my hand and throw it.
Yeah. God,
Yeah.
chimps have the best.
They have a wonderful life.
Yeah, chimps do have a wonderful life. And on that note, I've been Joe.
I've been
I've
Jackson.
also been
This
Joe.
has been another episode of Baseless Speculation, and we've been the BS Boys. Transformers fans, we're one of you.
Yeah, we love them all.
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
single one. I kissed my little Starscream on the head, and I'm like, you did good, Starscream. You'll be king of the Cybertrons.
I like the rat one. Ratimus, probably.